Here we go. Peace, peace, peace. In the now, the one, the only now, and the only one. Back like we never left because we never really do. Time is an illusion. It's so space, a beautiful one that we play around with and that we've been confused by for eons. We are finally at the end of time, and when people hear the end of time, they get afraid, but that's not what it should be. Fear shouldn't be attached to the concept of the end of time. When someone says it's the end of time, they imply that there's no more delay between what you feel, what you think, and what comes across the screen of consciousness. Like the live, share the live, give gifts only if you feel called to. But at least do the free stuff. Like the live, share the live, let's go. Yeah. Yesterday for me, still today for you, because probably a lot of you are still in the United States. And I am in Africa, Egypt specifically. So to me, it's yesterday was the spring equinox in the astrological new year, right? So all of these different planetary alignments and these different energies, they invoke particular energies. And you guys are going to hear prayers. Like I said, I'm in Egypt, and this is a Muslim country, so you're going to hear prayers. Good, better than I thought it was. I actually broke it. I obviously didn't go the full 15 days, but I went longer than I thought I did. So I'm probably going to have to start it again when I get to Luxor. I'm going to Luxor tomorrow, so I'm going to have my fruit. I'm going to start that over. But I did break it. But I feel amazing. Again, like I said, the astrological new year was yesterday. You're going to be feeling these energies for a while. And the themes of your reality are going to correspond with that energy. You're not going to be able to be aware of those themes if you're not aware of the themes. This means watching your life, observing your life, seeing your shortcomings and seeing where you're prospering, seeing where you need to balance particular themes in your reality and where you're out of balance. It's a necessity to observe your reality like a hawk, because if you do, the more you do, not only observing yourself in your own emotional regularity, in your physical reality, your mental faculties, the more you're aware of what's going on in your life, the more you're better able to make shifts. And each little shift is a timeline jump, a timeline hop. When I tell you, it's starting to begin to feel as if the body that you chose, you just chose it. Lock in. You're starting to not necessarily associate yourself as deeply with the character as you did before. And that comes with levels of power and levels of psychosis. I'm going to tell you why. There's levels of power because when you're not attaching to the you that you think you are whatever you could possibly be. Lock in. Because if you think that I'm this or that, I'm this person, I'm that person, I'm this name or that story that's been told about me, you are bound by that story, okay? But when you tell yourself or remember that you are all that could possibly be and you've been many characters, then you will have the power and capabilities of infinity. Now, on the other side of that is what we call the psychosis, because we've attached to the character for so long that we believe ourselves to be our names, our situations, the circumstances we find ourselves in, our bank accounts. We believe that that's who we are. So we give life that energy, right? course, like the live, share the live, give gifts if you feel called to. Please tap the screen, share this out with your people. I know it's probably slightly late for you guys, but you're still here, so you must got some energy. So if you got some energy, tap the screen, like the live, share the live, give gifts if you feel called to. Let's continue to lock in. Man, and you're okay. So let's lock in. See, there's going to be levels of awareness of who you are, and in the levels of awareness of who you are will determine the power that you have within life. I'm gonna break it down to you, right? So when you associate yourself with, say, like, my name is Stephen Lee, and no, I broke the fast. Say my name is Stephen Lee, that's my name in this life. My name is Stephen Lee in this life, right? So if I believe myself to be only Stephen Lee, I'm attached to all the stories of the Stephen Lee character. So that means birth, parents, friends, high school, all of that is who I believe I am. Right? And in that, I have the power of that character. Well, that character really didn't think he had much power. That character believed that he was at the whim of reality and that life was just happening to him. Lock in with me. Lock in with me. Now, if you expand beyond the character, if you expand your awareness, meaning you begin to know yourself to be one with God, one with the universe, one with the spirits and the angels and all of that. You start to associate yourself with something grander. You begin to take on the energetic characteristics of that, and then the world around you begins to show you that that's who you are. Okay, now let's stretch it further. The capabilities that you have as the being that you're assuming yourself to be. Because you have to assume yourself to be whoever it is that you want to be to get the powers of that being. So let's go. If I believe myself to be God, the one, then that means I affect all that there is, including what we believe to be politics and war and finance. Not only just personal finance, but the financial sector, period, all of it. Now, I don't believe, it's beyond belief now, it's far beyond belief. I don't believe, I know that I am one with God. I know that God is speaking to you right now through me, the me that you see. Since I know that every word that I speak carries a vibration that is of God. So that's why I have to be aware of what I'm saying. Be aware of what I'm thinking. Be aware of how I'm vibrating. The more that I'm aware of that, the better able I am to help the world that you're in. Does it make sense? And you are that as well. And this is the paradox of it, that God is playing every role, just in varying degrees of vibration and awareness of itself. This is something that we talk about all the time in the quote-unquote spiritual community. But it's something that needs to be grounded within the one who's listening, because the one who's talking already knows. So the one who's listening may have different levels of awareness that might not believe what the one who's saying it is saying, right? You might not believe it fully because you think you are the character. Like the live, share the live, give gifts if you feel called to, only if you feel called to. But please make sure you like the live and share the live. I appreciate every single one of you. Now today is my last day in Cairo. Specifically, I'll be going to Luxor, Egypt tomorrow for me. And slightly calmer reality over there. This is more city life, so I'll be a lot more grounded, I feel like, in going live a little bit more and doing a lot more content than I have been out here, which is okay. Grace. I get paid to exist is the mantra of the reality. I get paid to exist. And in that, all the ways that to get paid come across my awareness. So we're not tripping. Like the live, share the live, give gifts if you feel called to. Please become a subscriber today if you feel called to, only if you feel called to. All right, now let's continue. Also, yes, I got these beautiful crystals from out here. Got some selenite, tourmaline, tiger's eye, amethyst. Like I'm on fire. I'm on fire. I'm on fire. Here we go. So now, essentially, this means that God is back on the planet Earth, as if God ever left. God never left the planet Earth. It's just that through the apertures of the human being. So God lives and lived in everything that exists, including the trees, the crystals, all of it. But there's levels of awareness and levels of beingness within each creation, quote unquote, of God. So the crystals have these different properties about them, but they have different properties, but they're still God, but they have different properties than the humans have. Humans have the property of self-awareness, self-referral, right? So the humans are they have the capability is the point. The human beings have the capability to become self-aware, meaning I'm aware that I'm something, right? The properties of self-awareness are in the humans. For what we know, they're not in any other entity in regards to human earth life, right? So the trees, from what we know on the level that we know them, aren't aware of themselves. They just exist. The crystals and the dogs, they exist. They're not aware. They're not contemplating the universe. Like, oh, whoa, I wonder what I'm in. That's a property of human being. The human beings label things. So even the name dog, we label everything that we experience within the human life is all human stuff. So it is a creation of God, but we have created. See, we call it the sun, but that's human. What is it though? We call it the sun. That's what we call it. We call it a tree. That's what we call it. Dog. We named it a dog. Bird. That's us. All of the things within this reality have been because humans are aware and have named things, categorized them, studied them. Dogs don't go around studying shit. Dogs don't go around studying things, naming things, writing things down. That's a human characteristic. So there's something within the human beings, right? The human vessel was created to house the fullness of God. Lock in. Lock in. So what we call God designed the human vessel as the final boss so it can incarnate itself into its creation. So it's kind of as if God made this body to look in on its creation. That's it. It made this body to look in on this reality. But we've complicated it to such a degree that we've created societies and money systems and separation between each other and I'll pay you this to get that energy, that world. We built that. That's what we call the matrix. But within that, there's a simplicity that we ignore because we have work in the morning and I got to make the money so I can eat. But if we stepped back from that reality that we created, we'd see the simplicity of simply being. Right? We can't see the simplicity of simply being and being brilliantly alive because we're constantly bombarded with thoughts of being secure. Secure in regards to money, secure in regards to housing, and the root chakra. That's the root. The root is based upon survival. How will I survive? And if you are vibrating from the root chakra, right? Your mind isn't clear enough to contemplate the universe. You can't contemplate the universe if the bills is due and that's all you're worried about. You don't have time to. This is why most human beings have no conception of God. They have no conception of life and the beauty of the trees and nature and the sun and the sunset and the mountains. They have no conception of it because it's around them, but they can't perceive it because they're worried about what life is, what's happening within life, because humans have complicated reality. But it was all purposeful. Don't forget, right? Like the live, share the live. I appreciate every single one of y'all, right? It was all purposeful. Life is just vision. Death is dark. Everything is the same, just different cycles. Death is dark. That's interesting. What makes you think death is dark? Death is a dropping of the body. And after this, what we call death, it resembles more of the dream world than anything else. We are free beyond the body. You think so deeply that you are your body, that when you drop the body, you cease to exist. And that's the illusion. That's the illusion that YOLO, that's the illusion. YOLO is the illusion. What does YOLO mean? Someone put it in the chat. YOLO, that's the illusion. That's what they want you to think. They want you to think you only live once. That's the motto, nigga, YOLO. Huh? You only live once? No. You live forever. You live forever. You never didn't live. You never not existed. You have put yourself in a realm where you forgot your infinity. And you believe yourself to be finite because you put yourself in a finite body. The body's finite. We will all drop it at some point, and you've watched other people drop it. I did. Since a child, I've been watching people drop their bodies. Dad, uncles, and friends. I've watched people drop the body. And in that, I've realized, oh, people be leaving here. People don't stay in this particular realm forever. From there, as a child, I knew. My pops died when I was 12, right? So when my uncle died when I was 8. So, and that was like my favorite human at a point. So when they passed away, as a child, I knew, oh shit, people don't stay here? Where the fuck do they go? So in my mind, I'm like, where do they go? And what happened? So from there, I already had a numbness to death, which caused me to study death and study life. And then I realized, wait a minute, there has to be something beyond this. What's animating my body? Right? What's the energy that fills people with so much life, that has their skin so bright and has them so lifelike that when they die and the body ceases to exist, there's this energy that completely leaves them and the body begins to rot. It's not just rotting because the functions of the body stopped. Because the functions of most bodies stop and the body stays alive. It's when you go unconscious. And when you go unconscious, your consciousness leaves the body and it goes to other realms, doesn't it? When you drop the body, say you go unconscious, you hit your head, you drop the body, your consciousness leaves the body. But part of your consciousness is still animating the body so you don't go blue. The fullness of your consciousness leaves the body when you completely drop that body. And then that body turns blue. Lock in. Like the live, share the live, give gifts if you feel called to, only if you feel called to. This particular reality is the dream. It is the dream. And you're attempting to wake up to it. Those that have died, quote unquote, Those that have left their bodies have gone on into forever land. Like the live, share the live, give gifts if you feel called to, only if you feel called to. We have always existed. We will never not exist. You will never not exist. You're going to be existing forever. In the state of existence that you're in right now, you won't be in this form forever. Peace, Phantom. You have a great day yourself, my friend. With a name like that, you should know. Phantom? Yeah, of course. You will always exist. You just won't exist always the way that you exist now. You will change forms. You are afraid of this concept because just like you fade to black when you fall asleep, have you ever been in bed and you're about to go to sleep, but you're kind of afraid to go to sleep because you know where you're about to go, right? You ever been about to go to sleep, but been like, let me just stay up and scroll for another hour because you don't even know it, but subconsciously you don't want to leave this realm. You don't want to go to sleep because it feels as if you're going to be missing something here. Galaxy, wow, thank you so much. These galaxies are rare, guys, so we don't see galaxies all the time, especially with this type of content. So thank you so much for the galaxy, angelic soul, and indeed you are. Indeed you are. Here we go. So, mirroring it and leaning into what we call the dream realm, because that's the truth of reality, is that quote unquote dream realm. When I just came back from the dream realm, it's 5:20 a.m. here, and I was in the dream realm and I was there. Not like, oh yeah, there was a dream. No, I was there. I wasn't completely lucid, but I was in that moment. I was there, and it was like my old middle school. It was like a football theme. It was like my dreams the past 2-3 weeks have all been about America. I'm not gonna lie to you. They've all been about my brother and my family. It's all been about that, which is pushing me to know, yeah, I got to be in America eventually. There's no running away from it. So I know that that's a reality for me eventually. So that's neither here nor there. But the point is that the dream world is beyond space-time. Lock in. If the dream world is beyond space-time and God's infinite energy is in its true state, meaning it's not bound by matter, it can be moved and molded by the perception of the thinker, the thought, feeling, and emotion of the one who's in it, then that means that you're experiencing, while in the dream world, the truth of what God really is. You're not locked in enough. Lock in. That's why I tell you, this is the trap. It's not a trap. I don't want to say that because you're going to get bogged down by that. This is the dream. Because you're experiencing the energy of infinity in a finite way. Lock in. The energy of infinity in its true state is free. Everything is everything. Within the dream world, a cat can turn into a dog. A chair can turn into a building. You can fly, right? That means that there's nothing that you can just nail down and say, this is that and that is this. No, everything's everything. I can turn this into that and that into this. But in this realm, here, there's a level of continuity, meaning that's a table. My hand can't go through it. The energy of God is locked into a table here. So I experience it as a table. That's a wall. It's locked in as a wall. That's the sun. That's what it is. I'm me in this realm. That's what I am, right? It's only that way because you've locked yourself in to a vibratory reality that stays in continuity, but you've frozen God's energy in time, essentially. Let's just put it plain. You've frozen God's energy into this, that, but everything is still everything. So when you loosen your perceptual grip on that's a table, that's a wall, it loosens up because you're the reason that it's stuck in time, because you keep saying it's stuck in time. How does this tie into manifestation? Well, it ties directly into manifestation, because if you start, how does this tie into the I am? It ties directly into the I am. Because if you begin to tell yourself that everything is you, everything is everything else, then everything must be that. And when you start, listen, when you say that everything is one energy frozen in time, you loosen the energy into everything again. And then when you say that I want something, and you say I am money, you loosen the grip that you had on money being something other than you. You understand what I'm saying? I am the car. No, I don't want a car. How could I want that in which I am? There was nothing other than me. I am the car. This is why I tell you to stop attaching to your name. This is why I tell you to stop attaching to your hair and your car and your this and your that and the things that, or your degree. You keep saying I am this and look at my this and look at my that. No, you are not that, and you are that and you're not that. Lock in. When you say that you are one thing in particular, you are associating yourself as that. Great, cool. That's a part of the manifestation, but you have to loosen. All right, let me put it this way. To manifest a thing, you must be a thing. When you manifest a thing, you must claim yourself to be all of it again. I am money. Boom. Get the money. I am everything again. I am a degree. I manifest a degree. All right, now I'm everything again. You can't just associate yourself as that forever, because then you'll lock yourself into that role, right? I am Stephen Lee. Am I? Am I, or am I everything? I am a police officer. Are you? I hope this is making any semblance of sense. 0 point yourself, meaning claim yourself to be all that there is. And then when you want something in particular in this reality, you hone in on that and say, I am that. Okay? Right now, you're everything. I am all that there is, ever was, or ever will be. Oh, but I need money. All right, I'm money. I am money. There is nothing other than money. I am money. And you don't just say it. You embody knowing it. Any thought, perception that is of the contrary, you curve it. For instance, the bill comes in. All right? This is just you get the bill. You open up the bill. You look at the bill. You read the bill. This, you owe $558. Okay, you read the bill. Now, what was the feeling that you had when you read the bill? This is going to determine your relationship with money, what you believe about money. Okay, now you read the bill, $568. I might have changed the number, but don't get bogged down. $568 I owe. Boom. I had this feeling in my body, $558, I don't have it. Whoa, okay. You have just spoken to the universe about your relationship with money. You told the universe that there's money out there that you don't have yet, and that you can't pay the bill. That's what you just told the universe. As opposed to reading it, controlling your emotions, which is energy in motion, which is conversing with reality. Bill, $568, bet, boom, done, bill's done. Even if you don't have a fucking dollar in your bank account, when you read the bill, $568 done, boom, put it down as if it's done. You have to feel it to be done. If you feel as if you don't have it, the universe, it's a game, y'all. It's reading you like, it's watching you like, it's you. It's no other being than you. It's you watching you. It's like you, just watching you. All right, let's see how he's going to handle this one. Let's see what she's going to say about this. Up, scared. Give him more shit. Up, he's scared. She's scared. Give him another bill. I said give him another bill. Why? It's too much. No, it's not too much. They're the one creating it. They said they don't have enough, so I got to give them more to realize that they have enough. But isn't that counterproductive? No. Because the more that I pile onto them, the more they break down. And then they realize that it was never nothing about the world. It was about how they feel. Then maybe one day they'll change how they feel. It had nothing to do with the world. It had nothing to do with the things. It had nothing to do with the president. It had nothing to do with the papers. It had nothing to do with the bills or the war or the girlfriend or the boyfriend or the. It had nothing to do with the things you think made you feel away. It had everything to do with how you felt. But you think that things are happening to you. No, it's the reverse. You keep feeling bad about yourself and you keep feeling as if you're not the thing that you claim that you want. So it keeps eluding you. It's like it's like you're playing hide and seek with yourself. Literally. You keep claiming that there's something other than you. You keep claiming that money's out there and that what maybe one day my dreams will come true. Maybe one day I'll go to Dubai. Maybe one day. And it keeps being one more day. Oh my God. And it keeps being one more day and then another day and then another day. For 50 fucking years. It has to be now, y'all. Now. You can know no other time but now. No other time. No other time. Okay, let's lock in. What's the most important time when you're in the dream realm, right? When you're in the dream realm, lock in. When you're in the dream, like the live, share the live, give gifts if you feel called to. There's a gift goal up here if you wish to fulfill it for me. Thank you so much. When you're in the dream realm, what's the most important time to manifest? When you're in a dream. When do things happen? Listen, when you're in a dream, when do things happen? When you think about it, right? How long does it take? Can somebody answer that for me in the chat? How long does it take for something to happen in a dream when you think about it? I'll wait. Instant. Immediately. Okay, so can someone, instantly. Okay, so can someone tell me what's the most important instant? What's the most important time in a dream? It's a little quiz for you guys, a little quick quiz. What's the most important time in the dream? Is it tomorrow in the dream? Is it 5 seconds ago? The now. In the dream, the now is the most important thing because that's when you make a decision. It's instant. The only reason why you haven't felt that feeling is because you haven't been lucid enough within the dreams to really feel how instant. You've been in so many different dreams that you've been unconscious within the dream that you've just been at the whim of the dream. You've been just almost like a freaking puppet in a dream. You've been going this scene, that scene, just jumping around, but it still shows you that the moment is powerful because it keeps happening like this. But when you become lucid within the dream and you become aware of the you that's here in the dream, you realize that when you make a decision, it happens like that. Now let's get back to this realm and stop playing. Now, in this particular realm of space-time, where time is disappearing, which means that the now is where it's about to start happening. That's why I'm telling you to get your ass in the now and stop thinking about yesterday and tomorrow and start getting locked into the now. You ready? Here we go. Okay. The more you stay in the now here, it's as if time disappears. I'm in the now, and I stay in the now as I listen, you can ask the people around me. It's hard for them to break me out the now. Even when my girl, she'll start talking about what we're about to do. And I'll be like, ugh, I get frustrated because that's me. I'll be like, babe, I don't mean to be mad, but I don't even like to talk about the future. I like to be now because I'm so moment oriented because I know every decision is creating the next now. Lock in, hear me. I stay in the now so much that I'm the reason that time is speeding up. Even for you. Well, you may know it in yourself as that, well, I am you. So if you know it in yourself, then you know that I'm telling the truth. I'm in the now so much that you ain't got much time left. Because this is where it's happening. This is where I'm making the decision. And I'm here. And I'm not making any definite decision. I'm just staying here. And in this now, when I make a decision, it occurs. Now lock in. Let me give you an example. I'm going to give you an example. 2 days ago, the most transformative and powerful discovery was made about the pyramids of Giza. The most powerful, transformative, and absolutely amazing discovery was made about humanity, really. Lock in. Below, an artist's rendering. Recently made public of the largest artificial made structures on Earth under the Giza Pyramid Complex. Lock in. The incredible illustration is to scale. This is an example of me and my perspective from the now. I am making the decisions. Why do I say that? This was discovered a couple of days ago. Well, 2 days ago. I've been in Egypt for the past month. Yeah? I went live with y'all 2 weeks ago, didn't I? I went live at the pyramids of Giza. I'm in Giza right now. Yeah? I'm in Giza now. And I told y'all, and we went to the pyramids, and I said, hey, I'm here to activate the pyramids. Yeah? And I said, hey, y'all are here with me. Time is an illusion. Space is an illusion. We're one being. Activate it with me, y'all. And y'all was in the comments. I activated. I called for it to be activated. Yeah? That's what we were doing. Oh, lock in. Okay. Also, when this information came out, yeah, I know. You need a little delusion in this reality. Lucid mind. Have a name like Lucid Mind 888 and not understand what I'm saying? Keep trolling. Keep going. I need more of your energy. Take it. Okay, here we go. Giza, right here. Bing. Right? I told you guys, let's activate it, and that's what happened. Boom, and I'm here right now with you. Look, now let's lock in. 2 days ago, I also told you that articles will be coming out. In the Rising, I told you this. Before the article came out, in the Rising, when we rose from the dream realm, I said, hey, look, y'all, articles are going to come out. This came out. Okay, lock in. Now let's go to the next one. I said, yo, articles are going to be coming out, blah, 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 blah. What else did I tell y'all? I told you that I'm heavy into cryptocurrency, right? I told you that I know about blockchain technology, distributed ledger, and all that good stuff. I've been in this space since 2017. My favorite cryptocurrency is XRP. I told you that, right? And then I told y'all that there were going to be things that are going to be coming out about this. 2 days ago, the same day that the information about the pyramids came out, breaking news, the SEC drops Ripple case. We won. What is that? Ripple is the Apple of the financial world. Right? They use the native token XRP to facilitate cross-border payments. You're not locked in enough for me. This came out the same day as the pyramid information came out, and I told you that things were going to be coming out. And then the crowd in its ego says, you're lying. You're in your delusion. Well, let me stay here, because the more that I'm in my delusion, the more shit is happening. So I'd love to stay there. Swift, yes, the Swift system is breaking down. It's breaking down. It's game over for Swift. It's archaic. They're trying to keep up. But that's another topic, y'all. If you guys want to talk about blockchain technology, distributed ledger, and all that good stuff, let's keep it going. You guys can hit the link in my bio, book a one-on-one session. I'm really in that, and I'm really like that. How do I buy crypto? Book a one-on-one session. Here we go. Look, and this is also just so you guys can get an understanding that I'm really him, and I'm really like that, right? I've been in the crypto space since 2017, right? This is me and my twin brother right here, Who knows what Christie's is? This is Christie's in New York City, right? Who knows what Christie's is? This is me and my twin brother. This is me and my twin brother in Christie's. Picture hanging up. If you know what Christie's is, then you know that Babe Ruth is probably around the corner. Hank Aaron's probably around the corner. You name the greatest artists of all time. You name the greatest art of all time. You name the greatest furnitures of all time. This is me in the same building. Picture hanging up. Why? Because I was a part of a project called Twin Flames. Twin Flames is a photography project that was created in 2017, I believe. Right? Lock in with me. Lock in. It became an NFT project. It was in Christie's, and it sold for over $1 million. One of the highest grossing photography projects ever. Both photography physical and NFT wise. So I know what I'm talking about. May I ask, in what though? What do you mean, in what though? Wait, yet are you agreeing with our various positions? In what regard? In what regard? 8 pillars are power cells. Below are batteries to power our earth. Beautiful. Or to help strengthen the earth. The earth is already a natural power grid. Some of us operate on various planes. I love the movement. There are varying degrees of vibration that exist around us at all times. This is why we call ourselves multidimensional beings, because in any given moment, I can be vibrating as a lower dimensional being, meaning I can be perceiving myself as being separate from everything else and then living life that way. And then in any given moment, I can raise my vibration and realize the oneness of all that there is and then manifest from that state of awareness. So you can be right next to someone and they be in a completely different reality than you, but they're right next to you, right? Same way that there are interdimensional beings that are all around us. They're just in different vibrations, so you can't see them with your 5 senses. But when you vibrate your consciousness high enough, you begin to start to see these things and beings and entities. But they're all around you, influencing you, right? Just like we're all around each other, influencing each other. Does that make sense? We're all around each other, influencing each other with varying degrees of vibration. Like I'm here right now with you, and if you're a lower vibratory being coming in here telling me I'm delusional, I'm still influencing you, and you can influence me if I believe you. If you say, oh, he's delusional, and I'm like, maybe I am, then I've lowered my vibration to the level that you're at, and that now I'm in your dimension, and I'm in the dimension that you were coming from. You were coming from a separate, the guy who came in and was like, oh, you're delusional? He was coming from a particular dimension, the dimension of separation, of fear, of ego. Now, if I lowered my vibration to that level and I believed him, then I'd be, because I'm multidimensional, I can do that. I'd come down to his level and be like, yo, fuck you, and and I believe he's separate from me somehow, but he's not. He lives in my head. He doesn't know it, but I do. So it's not up to him to know it. It's up to me to. But if I get shaken by his projection, then I'm lowering my vibration to his reality. I like the live, share the live, give gifts if you feel called to, only if you feel called to. I appreciate every single one of y'all. If you feel called to, you can hit the link in my bio. And if you guys do, I can give a quick, you guys can hit the Cash App if you want to donate. I can give a quick understanding about blockchain really quickly if y'all want to, or we could just continue to talk about spiritual matters. Let me see if I can do a voting mechanism. That would be dope. We could do a vote and see who wants to talk about blockchain or who wants to continue to talk about spiritual matters. I don't know if I could do a vote. I think so. Let me see. What is blockchain? Blockchain is essentially a digital ledger technology, right? That records transactions and processes transactions. This is a financial reality. Many scribes for many vibes and frequencies. Beautiful, yeah. And there's no right or wrong in it. Like that guy that came in and was like, you're delusional is not right, or he's not right or wrong, because on one level of the reality, I am delusional to those who believe reality is a material world. So to some people, I am delusional, but to some people, I am the fucking wisest person that there. See, so there's levels of reality. There's some people who will listen to me and be like, this guy is freaking wise. Like, this guy is aware. This guy, like, man, he's brilliant. And then you'll hear, or some other people will have particular thoughts about what I'm saying and think he's fucking bananas. So there's no right or wrong in it. It just is what it is. It's how you vibrate. You know, and I would give his perspective credence, and I would give it solidity. I would make it real when I argue with him. That's why I tell y'all not to be arguing with people, because what people do and say is not personal. It's coming from their perspective about reality. So when you start arguing with them, then you're essentially saying what they're saying is true, right? That's why many of us teach levels of spirituality, right? Levels, right? It's not really levels, but it's levels. Like the loud, share the live, give gifts if you feel called to. There's a gift goal at the top if you guys wish to help me fulfill the gift goal. Subscribe at the bottom if you feel called to subscribe, right? So this is why when we talk about Christianity and these different other religions, and with much due respect to everybody and what they believe, I don't have no problem with anybody's belief systems. The only thing that I say is that many people believe many things, right? Many people believe many things, and they have tangible results from that in which they believe. So who's right and wrong? Well, none of them are right and none of them are wrong. And all of them are right at the same time. It's weird. Now, they're all right because they have tangible results they have the peace from Christianity. Jesus helped me get peace, and Buddha helped me in this, blah, 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 blah. They have all the tangible results from it. So that's when you ask yourself, who's wrong? Now lock in with me. None of them are wrong. The only way that they're wrong, I'm gonna tell you why they're wrong. They're wrong in that it wasn't what they believed in that was the power. It was the belief that was springing from them that was the power. Right? So the energy of belief coming from them is what made what they believe real. Lock in with me. Lock in with me. Let's do the Abrahamic religions. You got Muslims, you have Christians, you have the Jewish human beings. They all have their belief systems, and they all have tangible results from that in which they believe. Look at my house, Jesus helped me, and look at this, the Buddha, and look at this, and Krishna, and look at this, and Allah, and look at this, my life and my peace. Do you understand? All of them have tangible results from it, but it wasn't what they believed in. It was the belief coming. It's the energy that they're giving that in which they believe. Lock in, y'all. Right? It relates directly to manifestation. Someone said, how does it relate to manifestation? It directly relates to manifestation because what you believe about reality becomes real for you. So the belief that's springing forth from your heart, from your mind, it's a self-fulfilling prophecy. Right? It's coming from you. I can have an idol. I don't know. Let's take this, for instance. This is something random from the Airbnb that I'm in, right? Something random, right? I can have this right here. This is from the Airbnb I'm in. And I can infuse it with my belief system. Peace, thank you so much for being here. Right? I can infuse it with belief. And I'm like, this is the thing right here. And thank you. And I will get tangible results within reality from giving my energy to this. I'm trying to get y'all to understand that it's not necessarily the stuff in the world that's making the power in your life, that's making the manifestations in your life. It's the power and belief and energy that's coming from you. It's the belief in that thing that's coming from you. Now, why don't you just for 1 minute start to put that energy that you put out there in here, right? When you start to reverse the energy, what does that mean? When you begin to believe in yourself deeply, the same way you believe in idols. This is a representation of an idol. Just a representation of an idol or something outside of you is what I mean. When you believe that something, thank you so much for the gifts, Amethyst. When you believe that there's an idol out there, that there's something out there outside of you that is the power, then you're giving your energy to that, and it's reversing and happening for you, but it's just your energy. And then you have the collective's energy. So you have millions of people who believe in Jesus, millions of people who believe in Allah, millions of people who believe in this deity or that deity, and they all just know they're right. How? Because it's their energy that's making it real, right? It's not really the being. I appreciate y'all. Like the live, share the live, give gifts if you feel called to, only if you feel called to, only if you feel called to. I appreciate every single one of you as if you are me because you are me. If you guys feel called to support me in any way, click the link in my bio. I felt like that. I bet you did because you start to think logically. 2020 hindsight or Mayan reset. Agreed. For me, it was 2012. When I was 22, I rose to consciousness and I completely shut life off. I was meditating every single day. There wasn't a day that went by. I was writing the books. Speaking of books, here's my second book, Magic Music Triumph. I wrote this when I was 26 years old. My first book, The Diary of MoonManT, God Within, I wrote that when I was 24. So I was already up and at 'em at an early age, right? I was 7. I am now 45. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. And this is the brilliance of this reality is because we're all eternal. We're only claiming these human ages because that's what we've experienced for however many years we've been in this particular reality, right? But we're all eternal and we're all the same soul group, us. You listening? You and me. We've been dancing this dance for, if we're talking linear time, for thousands of years. You and I, listen, lock in. It's been you and I this whole time. This is why I tell y'all to watch The Laws of the Sun, right? Y'all go watch The Laws of the Sun on YouTube. The Laws of the Sun. If you haven't watched The Laws of the Sun, it's an anime. It's a movie though, and you're gonna cry at the end. You're gonna cry. It's just how it works. You just watch this shit and you're like, whoa, like because you realize that it's been us, me and you. You listening? It's as if the soul group that is currently on the planet right now has been the group that has been living and dying for thousands of years, up and to get to this moment to realize that it's been us. That was the only reason why. That was the real mission, was for us to get to this moment right now and to realize that with each other, that it was us doing it the whole time, reincarnating over and over and over. So money falls away. Politics falls away. All of it falls away. I watched it this afternoon. You watched it this afternoon. What a synchronistic moment. Y'all go watch The Laws of the Sun, right? So we've been playing these roles for thousands of years. Somebody said, I love acting. There you go. We've been acting for thousands of fucking years in these particular roles. We've been playing these roles for a very long time. So now we're ending this charade. We're ending it. What does that mean? We're putting down the mask. We're taking the masks off of I'm president, I'm garbage man, I'm dad, I'm mom, I'm this. No, we're all souls. We've had many fucking lives. You've had many moms, you've had many cousins, you've had many friends, you've had many girlfriends and boyfriends. You've had many different lives in this particular realm in a linear way, right? So you've experienced many different realities in many lifetimes within the one, within source, within life, within God. And now you're waking up, and this is why you're questioning things. This is why you're questioning politics. This is why you're questioning the monetary system. You're questioning religion. You're like, what is this? And you're questioning these things. The Father prophesies. Who's the Father? All of these entities, beings, deities, they all live within you. The voices that you hear, how do you hear the voice? You're connected infinitely to these beings. There's no separation. Separation's an illusion. It feels good for us to compartmentalize God and put God out there. It feels good for us to have someone other than the one, or it feels easier for us to not be one with God and to have a God apart from us. Because to say that God lives within us makes us take responsibilities for our thoughts, feelings, emotions, and actions in every single moment, as opposed to a Jesus character or another character being out there. And we could just say, oh, I repent. I know I slapped that person yesterday, but I could just repent, right? Right? I know I've been an asshole for 3 weeks, but I just repent, right? No, this when you know that God lives within you and is infused within you, then you start to really consciously make choices from that point, from that mindset. Yes, you fall off the track here and there, but your base vibration is of God. Your base vibration is in the knowing that God lives within you, so you treat others like God would treat them, or you try your best to. And then you get better and better at it. Yeah, and you begin to, I'm not going to call it reap the benefits because it's just your life. It's just who you are. You are the one. So I guess you could say reap the benefits of that. The 7 Hermetic Principles help balance awareness indeed. And, the 7 Hermetic Principles and, um, you know, the laws of Ma'at. There are so many different, and they all correspond with each other, guys. Like, it's not, there's different people follow different things, and we're all different paths leading back to the now is really what's happening, right? They're all leading back right here, right now, right here, y'all. Like, it's over. Like the live, share the live, give gifts if you feel called to, only if you feel called to. www. Not even W. I actually discontinued my website, but you guys click the link in my bio. All things MoonManT. Getting my book helps tremendously. It truly does. The digital copies at the bottom of the link, the physical copies at the top. My album is out now, so guys, please support me. Also, YouTube. Click the link in my bio. YouTube. My latest single is out now. It's called "Blame It on Kanye," and it's fire. I was a musician before I was even aware of my spiritual faculties, so I am a musician. So please go check that out. Subscribe to my YouTube, watch the video, leave a comment. Hey, MoonManT, I came from TikTok, thanks for bringing me to this dope ass music. I'm trying to tell you, it's fire. So you guys check it out. It's called Blame It on Kanye. It is not what you think. People get bogged down by the name. They be like, why are you naming Blame It on Kanye? If you listen to the lyrics, you'll know why I named it Blame It on Kanye. It is fire. Check it out. Yeah, share it and all that good stuff. Leave a comment. It all helps. All that stuff helps. It's also going to be, the video is going to be in 22 countries on Roku and different TV channels and all that. I'm making moves, guys. So you're gonna see some conscious music all over the world coming in the future. Blame It on MoonManT. And you know what's crazy? If you guys want me to rap the lyrics, put it in the comments. Somebody said Blame It on MoonManT, and it's crazy because in the lyrics, you guys want me to rap the lyrics, I'll rap it. If I get 5 yeses, I'll rap it. If not, we'll just keep going. Are you married?